Hi, everybody. I wanted to talk a little bit about one of my favorite sort of pulpy fiction writers, and that's Robert Asprin. He kind of kicked off writing in the 70s. He passed away in 2008. He took a whole decade off because he had some personal issues with the IRS or something. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I do know he took 10 years off and there was some IRS problem. But he had these two series that I wish we could have gotten more out of. Maybe if he hadn't had that lost decade, we would have. And the two series in question are the Myth series and Fool's Company, both of which are fantastic. So, not every book you read, or not every book around, in my opinion, needs to be high fantasy or hard sci-fi. Sometimes they're just for fun, right? There's not really a large point to them. They're a little comedic in nature. They're sort of just a fun escape from reality. They're not serious. They're just sort of fun. In the sci-fi space, there's a bunch of examples of this. There's Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, all kinds of them. But Fool's Company is one of those, and in the fantasy space, another fine myth. So Fool's Company was sort of this military sort of comedy series where our hero of sorts, if you can call him that, was the heir to the foolproof munitions fortune. Fool being Phule instead of FOOL. But hey, let's have some fun with words. Um, but the whole series basically spends its entire time poking fun at the military bureaucracy and capitalism, which is fantastic fun. And if you can't laugh at yourself, why not? Why exist? I'm former military and certainly a capitalist, so and I thought them they were both pretty funny. Another fine myth is in the fantasy world. It's basically the whole premise of the book, the whole series, is Skeeve, our hero, was an apprentice who's kind of left in this jam after his mentor was assassinated, after summoning a demon named Oz. The great and powerful Oz, AHZ, and who was a demon who was summoned as a prank by Skeeve's master. Um, then left Skeeve with, no real powers to speak of because he hadn't learned anything, and Oz was stripped of his powers after being summoned. And the series, they sort of hop through dimensions, each of which is unique and fun. The one Skeeve is from is sort of this backwater, town, part of the different realms where it's sort of all, different, let's just say low tech kind of things, where people go to trade goods. And then you've got Oz on the other side who came from a different kind of realm. So, and as they hop through, it gets kind of funnier and funnier based on the characteristics that sort of dimension hop. They're all tend to be rather shorter books. This is one of the first ones in the series, another fine myth. I've got pretty much most of them. I think all the Fool's Company too. They're a couple hundred pages. They're the kind of things you could read in an afternoon or across a weekend. A couple airplane rides or maybe an airplane ride, you can crank through it. Fun stuff, loads of fun. This is where the sort of pulp fiction-y stuff comes into sort of be one of my favorites, is because you can get through them relatively quick. You don't need like a wiring diagram to remember who characters are. Looking at you, George R. R. Martin, and you just they're just a blast. So if you've never read Robert Asprin, you will not be disappointed. But do not go looking for high fantasy. Do not go looking for serious sci-fi. It's just for fun. But you will have a good time. So enjoy his books as I have, and I hope everybody has a great weekend or week whenever you see this video. And we'll talk again soon. Remember, reading, good for your brain. Exercise that muscle too. Have a good one.